And a very pleasant good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. This presentation of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal features the Henley Hornets and the Marist Spartans. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. So pleased to be with you on the road again in this one. We went about 3 hours north, 97 over on 58. We're just inside Eugene for today's playoff matchup. This is also a rematch of last year's state championship game. These two teams have history this season too. The Hornets enter 15-12 today's contest. The Spartans of Marist are 23-3. Each of these teams won their division. Henley, of course, from the Skyline Conference. Marist from the always tough Sky M League, and should be ready for a grade one today. Both of these teams survived the opening round. Marist beat Baker. Henley here after a big win over Sweet Home on Wednesday, and now they're ready to do battle. Only one of these teams can advance to the semifinal. Will it be the Hornets or will it be the hometown Spartans? We're going to find out and keep taking a look at each of these teams as we continue the pregame show of the OSAA On Point Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal on 960 Sports with HD video on MyBasin.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor. It's CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Well, they're introducing the teams here at Marist High School in Eugene on the road for this presentation of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal between the Spartans and your Henley Hornets. For Marist this season, they come into today's game with a 23-3 record. Their 3 losses this season come from teams not even in the 4A classification. They lost in a 1-0 close game back in March to Vintage, a team from California. Then earlier this month on the 17th and 19th, a couple of non-league games against 6A schools. They lost 8-1 to Sheldon, 7-6 to Tualatin, but every single 4A team they've played this year, Marist has beaten them and has done it pretty handedly. So far, Marist leads the 4A classification in terms of fewest runs given up this year. In 26 contests, the Spartans have only given up 31 runs. Meantime, you compare that to the Hornets, who have also played 27 games this year, so one more. They've given up 178 runs, which still ranks pretty high among the teams in the 4A, but the 8-seed Henley Hornets definitely have the deck stacked against them. This Marist Catholic team has left nothing but rubble in its path, but these two teams know what it's like to play one another. Not only earlier this season did these two teams match up when Marist beat Henley 12-0 on April 8th. However, last year, this was the state title game. It was between the Hornets and the Spartans, a game in which Marist won 6-2. And it looks like we are honoring the flag with the national anthem, so we're going to take a break on 104.3 and 960.
On Top Tree Service, one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quatrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, we welcome you back to the OSA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports HD video on mybasin.com. We're getting ready for softball this afternoon as the Hornets ready to bat first. Henley today in their black uniforms and yellow belt with yellow numbering and Yellow trim around the sides. The first pitch into Malia Mick is going to be called strike one. The starting lineup for the Hornets goes like this. Malia Mick leads off in center field, followed by Lily Fitzpatrick, the catcher. Hitting third, the pitcher is Annie Campos, and the rest after this 0-1 pitch to Mick, it is taken for strike two. Mick finds herself down in the count. Batting fourth for the Hornets is Anna Harper, followed by Natalie Hudson at third base. Caroline Mick is at short, batting sixth, and Ashlyn Cernowski is the designated player, hitting seventh. The 0-2 to Mick is an off-speed pitch that misses outside. Count a ball and 2 strikes now. Alana Benson in left, batting eighth, and Maddie Moore is in right field. The pitcher for Marist is Malia Williams. She delivers in. The 1-2 is fouled back into the chain link fence here at Marist. A very kind of intimate ballpark. It feels like you're sectioned off from everything else. Not a whole lot of foul territory. You feel like you're right on top of the field. There's trees kind of surrounding the facility. It's a real nice place to be up here in Marist. The 1-2 on the way to Mick is swung on and missed on a pitch high and out of the zone. One down in this inning, and that will bring up Lily Fitzpatrick. Around the diamond for Marist, Hopkins behind the dish. Mahoney at third, followed by Woodrum at short. Schroffner at second. Martinez playing first, and the outfield after this is Lily Fitzpatrick, the catcher, steps in. First pitch is swung on and missed by Fitzpatrick, 0-1. The outfield for the Spartans from left to right, McConaughey, Dorr, and Randall. All right, the right-handed hitting catcher from Henley, Lily Fitzpatrick, steps back in. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a rise ball, swung on and missed, 0-2. You heard Coach Stock, or I did at least, before the game, say if a pitch is coming in belt high, it's probably going to be the rise ball from Williams. Here's the 0-2. That one missed high. Good eye there by Fitzpatrick to lay off a ball and 2 strikes. But that was the pitch that got Mick to start the game, and Fitzpatrick is offered up at it once. We'll see how the repertoire of Williams evolves throughout the game. Here's the 1-2 to Fitzpatrick. That one bounces to the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a few miles off of I-5 this afternoon. The Hornets drove by Autzen Stadium to get here. Always a nice feeling to look up and see the big letter O at the football stadium. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Fitzpatrick goes down on strikes for the second out in this first inning. That will bring up Annie Campos. Campos had a successful day, a couple of RBIs in the 15-0 win over Sweet Home. That was in the first round. Here's the first pitch to Campos. It is going to miss high and away. 1-0. Of course, the Hornets played back on Wednesday. That was at home. In a 15-0 win over Sweet Home. Marist beat Baker 10-0 in the 1 versus 16 seed matchup as Annie Campos takes a cut at a pitch high in the zone. Ball and a strike now to Annie, the sophomore. Starting pitcher today for Henley, has started in the circle every single league contest and playoff game this year for the Hornets. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch, grounded out to short. Woodrum, throw on to first, is going to be in time for the third and final out of the first inning. 1-2-3 go the Hornets. We go to the bottom of the first on this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a softball quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Well, we're scoreless here in the bottom of the first inning of the OSA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Annie Campos in the circle for Henley. She's going up against a Marist lineup that goes like this. Leading off and pitching is Malia Williams, followed by Mila Mahoney, the third baseman. In center field and batting third is Paige Doer, and the designated player, Chelsea Rustick, is batting fourth. Madeline Hopkins is hitting fifth and catching, and the second baseman, Kelly Schroffner, is batting sixth. Hitting seventh for Marist is Tessa Woodrum at short. The first baseman, Aaliyah Martinez, hits eighth, and rounding out the Spartans' order is Rachel McConaughey. The left-handed hitting Malia Williams stepping in now. Williams was a part of the team last year that defeated the Hornets in the state championship game. Only one of these two teams advancing to the semifinals as Campos fires in strike one on a pitch on the outside corner that Williams took. Looks like she could be a slap hitter coming out of the left-handed batter's box. Campos delivers the 0-1, and that one will miss outside. Campos tried to place that pitch in the same spot, but that one does miss. Count moves to 1-1. Williams, a senior this year, has her name in the outfield along with a few of the other seniors for Marist. As the 1-1 missed high, count moves now to 2-1. It's along the the right field fence. Every single senior's name is in a softball and pinned to the chain link fence here at Marist. Here is the 2-1. That one is taken low and away. Count moves to 3-1 now to Williams. Sophomore Campos behind in this count. Gathers the sign from Fitzpatrick. Campos delivers, and this one is a bouncing ball out towards third, and that's going to trickle down the line fair. Williams is headed for second as it skips past Benson in left, and she is in there standing. Took an awkward bounce off the infield grass, and Williams, after a single, winds up at second base. That will bring up Mila Mahoney, who bats now with nobody out, and a runner in scoring position for Marist. Mahoney, the starting third baseman for Marist. Here's the pitch. That one's going to miss high. Fitzpatrick thought maybe about a back door as Northcutt covered. Starting second baseman for Henley, Lily Fitzpatrick behind the dish. Natalie Hudson at third and Caroline Mick at short. Get you the rest after this. Here's the pitch to Mahoney. She's taken there. Count now moves to 1-1 after that fastball graces the outside corner. At second, it's Jessica Northcutt and Anna Harper at first. In the outfield from left to right, it's Alana Benson, Malia Mick, and Maddie Moore. Here is the 1-1 to Mahoney. That one comes in a little bit high. Maybe a bit inside to Mahoney as well. The count now moves to 2-1. Hornets corner infielders hugging the lines. Here's the 2-1 from Campos. It is taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate to the right-handed hitting Mila Mahoney. The two-strike pitch is fouled right back towards the Henley dugout. Count remains 2-2 strikes. Marist, along with being state champions last year, were also the champs in 2017, won back-to-back titles in 2008 and 2009. They also won back-to-back championships in 82 and 83. Here's the 2-2. That one is hit off the end of the bat, dribbled out in front of the mound, and will end up foul in front of the circle, and count remains 2-2 strikes. A smart play by Campos there to let that one spin foul as it was hit off the end of the bat. Was in fair territory before skipping away out of play. And so the count remains 2-2 to Mila Mahoney. Of course, Henley has their fair share of state championships as well. That one is popped up, playable for Northcutt. Instead, it'll be the right fielder Moore who comes in, makes the catch. Throw to third, it was a bullet, and it's going to stop Williams from advancing. So she's going to stay put at second. Mahoney flew out, and that will bring up Paige Dorr. Starting center fielder for the Spartans. We've been the #1 ranked team in the state all season. Henley started the year ranked as high as #2. Fell out of the top 10 at one point in the season before finding their way back to the 8th seed in the playoffs. First pitch to Dorr is swung on and missed. 0-1. Runner still at second. It's Williams with one away in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal. Here's the 0-1. It is lined into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Williams is rounding third and headed home. The throw is cut off. Try to get it back to second to cut off Dorr, and she is in there safely. That is going to score the opening run of the ball game as the Spartans take an early 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. One away for the cleanup hitter, Chelsea Rustick. So Dorr singled, advanced to second on the throw home. Marist finds himself ahead in this quarterfinal matchup. We'll take a look at the bracket as this broadcast continues this afternoon. Pitch is down in the dirt, and it looked like Dorr was thinking about being on the move, but Fitzpatrick staying in front of that one and blocking it. I said it once, I'll say it again, Fitzpatrick behind the dish. If there was a such thing as a gold glove in the Skyline Conference, boy, I'd give it to her at the catcher position. It's lined into center field for a base hit. That's going to score Dorr, and Marist takes a 2-0 lead after the RBI single from Chelsea Rustick. Still one away in the inning, and that will bring on Madeline Hopkins. Bats with one away and a runner on first. 2 runs already home this inning for Marist. Campos delivers to Hopkins. The pitch is taken in the dirt. It gets by Fitzpatrick. Advancing to second now is Hopkins, and she gets in safely. And that eliminates the double play possibility to get out of the inning for Campos. And Hopkins still at the plate. Campos waiting to deliver. The pitch is going to miss high and away. 2-0. The pitch to Hopkins is swung on and missed. Campos battling back into the count now, 2-1. Runner on second is Rustick. Again, Marist has already scored twice this inning. Malia Williams led off the inning with a single. Dorr knocked her home, and then Rustick brought Dorr around to score. Here's the pitch. It is hit on the ground towards second. Northcutt knocks it down, gathers, throw on to first is in time. They got Hopkins, but they also advanced Rustick to third, so 2 away now. And that will bring up Kelly Schroffner. Good play there by Northcutt. Had to range over and knock that one down. Got in front of it, made the play. Here's Kelly Schroffner in now as Campos ready to deliver. The pitch is a ground ball in the middle of the infield. Over is Mick. Toss on to first. It goes over the head of Harper. So Rustick is going to score and make it a 3-0 ball game on the error at short. Seventh batter in the inning is Tessa Woodrum. Takes a pitch high, 1-0. Give the RBI to Schroffner. She brought home Rustic for the third run this inning. But that one going in the books is unearned on the throwing error from Mick. Here's the 1-0 from Campos. It is swung on and missed. Count now moves to 1-1. Campos has induced her fair share of ground balls this inning, but they've just been hit right into the hole. Marist is just finding the holes in the Henley infield. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed. Campos heading the count now 1-2. As all 3 base hits this inning made contact in the infield dirt, but one skipped off the third base bag, and a couple more just went right back up the middle. Here's the 1-2 to Woodrum. It is looked at for strike 3. Down goes Woodrum, and that will end the inning, but not before Marist scores 3 on 3 base hits in the inning. They leave one stranded. They lead 3-0 as we head to the top of the second in the Osaa Point Community Credit Union for a quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
To the top of the second inning we go, and Marist leads Henley 3-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a softball quarterfinal. Due up this half inning for the Hornets, it's Anna Harper, Natalie Hudson, and Caroline Mick. As the first pitch into Harper is taken low, maybe a bit outside as well. 1-0 the count to Harper, the first baseman for the Hornets. Sets her feet towards the front of the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Williams. Is swung on and missed. Harper a little bit under the rise ball there. 1-1. So there's a 1-2-3 top half of the first. Marist plated 3 in the bottom half, and now it's up to the middle of this Hornets order to try and answer back as that pitch is taken high. Count moves now to 2-1. Hornets this season scored in double digits in 12 of their 15 league games. Ones they didn't, it was an 8-4 loss to Mazama, and Harper goes down swinging for the first out this inning. And I counted wrong there. The one other one was Crater, and that wasn't a league contest, just sandwiched between a few league games. But this Hornets team has also made a habit of coming back this year in big ways. The first pitch to Natalie Hudson is swung on and missed, 0-1. The count now to Hudson, the third baseman for the Hornets. I think back to that series against Mazama to end the season, and that big 8-run sixth inning that allowed Henley to beat Mazama 14-13. Down 0-2 in the count is Hudson. Also think of the 4-run comeback against Hidden Valley. That was earlier in the year. So 3-0. This Hornets team is not discouraged. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. Hudson goes down on strikes as well. 2 quick outs this inning brings up Caroline Mick. These teams can both put up large scoring numbers. Henley this year has scored 318 runs. Marist has scored 310 as the first pitch to Mick. Down goes Mick, strike out the side. 1-2-3 go the Hornets again in the top half of the second. They trail Marist 3-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a softball quarterfinal. 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Trying to lose weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
We're back at the bottom of the second inning on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video on mybasin.com. Bottom of the second inning. Aaliyah Martinez, Rachel McConaughey, and Malia Williams do up this half for Marist as they lead the Henley Hornets 3-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a quarterfinal. Had a couple of technical difficulties, but we should be back and ready to go. Thanks to the folks here at Marist who've helped us get on the air. We had troubles getting set up all day today, but they came up pretty big to help us stay on air this afternoon. So apologies if there are a couple of interruptions. Still trying to iron out the kinks with everything, but we're trying our best to bring you the best coverage we can here on the road as it's a 2-2 count to Martinez now. That one is going to miss high and run the count full to the first baseman from Marist. Martinez is a sophomore, one of only 3 sophomores on this Spartans roster. Here's the full count pitch from Annie Campos. It is a slow roller, foul down the third base line. And so we'll do it again. 3-2. The count to Martinez. Campos gets the sign from Fitzpatrick, nods her head, kicks and delivers. It is fouled back towards the Marist dugout. Coach Stefan Schroffner in his second season, just like Coach Brian Stock was. Again, these two coaches met in their maiden seasons in the state championship game last year. Here's the full count pitch. It is hit on the ground to short. Mick up with it. Throw on to first is in time, and that will be the first out here in the second. And brings up Rachel McConaughey. McConaughey getting her first crack at Annie Campos, and it comes here in the bottom of the second. Game that Marist leads 3-0. Here's the pitch from Campos. It is called strike one, high and away from the right-handed hitting McConaughey. Much to her disdain, but back in there. Campos ready with the 0-1. That one comes in high and tight. Having to duck out of the way was McConaughey. Count now is even at a ball and a strike. A 1-1 is going to be in the dirt. Moves the count to 2-1. This is one of 4 quarterfinal matchups being played today. The other being played in Astoria as they are hosting Staten. Of course, LeGrand and Ontario wrapped up earlier today. LeGrand beat Ontario 9-3. to advance to the semifinal. As that pitch misses away, count moves now to 3-1 to McConaughey. Other quarterfinal matchup that we hadn't mentioned yet, Estacada and Cascade. That game is getting underway in about 10 minutes. The 3-1 taken on the outside corner for strike 2. That runs the count full to McConaughey. Already one payoff pitch from Annie Campos. It is a bouncing ball to first, will end up foul. And so we'll do it again. 3-2 to Rachel McConaughey. Then it's back to the top of the order for the Spartans with Malia Williams. Campos ready with the full count pitch. It is taken, strike 3 called. Campos sits down McConaughey for the second out here in the second. And now again back to the top of the order for the Spartans. It's Malia Williams. The left-hander is 1 for 1 today. She singled in the first, came around to score. Here's the first pitch to her. It is fouled back and quickly out of play. Not very much foul territory. I made that comment in the pregame that intimate is a weird word to use maybe, but it is a very intimate feeling here at the ballpark. It's only, 6 paces from the foul line to out of play. Feel very close to the action here at Marist. And the folks sitting in the crowd as the 0-1 pitch misses low. 1-1. Only a couple of rows of bleachers here, and everyone else standing in the outfield or along the baselines. The 1-1 on its way to Williams comes inside. Williams backs out of the way, and it makes the count 2-1 to Malia Williams. Here's the 2-1. First is not in time, and Williams beats out the infield single. She is aboard for Mila Mahoney. And that was a good play there by Campos, but just with how that ball bounced was a tough play to make for the sophomore. So Williams reaches first with 2 away in the bottom of the second in a 3-0 ball game. And Mahoney steps in. She's 0 for 1 today. Here's the first pitch. It is swung on and missed. Looked like an off-speed pitch from Annie. 0-1 the count to Mahoney. She popped out to right field in her first at-bat in the first inning. Campos toes the rubber, gathers the sign from Fitzpatrick, and delivers. That one is going to scoot underneath Fitzpatrick. Breaking for second is Williams, and she is in there. Second pass ball of the game for Fitzpatrick. Don't see that too often from the catcher, but regardless, still 2 away. Campos can still focus her attention on Mahoney. It's a 1-1 count. Campos delivers. That is lined into center field. Going back to the wall is Mick. That's going to bounce off the wall. Rounding third and headed home is Williams. The throw into second to trouble for Mila Mahoney makes it a 4-0 ball game in favor of Marist here in the bottom of the second. That will bring up Paige Dorr. Here's the pitch. It is sliced foul out of play down the left field line. 0-1. Marist is a team that does not go down without a fight. They had 2 quick outs in this inning, and then a pair of base hits has netted them a run here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-1. Taken. Outside fastball misses. A ball and a strike now to Dorr. That was a rocket shot from Mahoney. If it was any higher, it had a chance to go. It bounced right off the bottom of the center field fence. That one is lifted high into center field. Mick is going over, and she will make the grab, and that will end the inning. But the Spartans do score 1 on 2 base hits. They leave 1 stranded. They lead 4-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a softball quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And to welcome you back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Bottom third of the Hornets order, Ashlyn Cernowski, Alana Benson, and Maddie Moore. Here's the first pitch to Cernowski. It's going to miss high. 1-0. The count from Malia Williams, already has recorded 5 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. Here's the pitch from Williams. He will miss high. 2-0. The count now to Cernowski. It's the designated player hitting for Jewel Northcutt in the flex position. Here's the 2-0 from Williams. That one also misses low. Count now moves to 3-0. Cernowski attempting to be the first base runner of the day for the Hornets. Williams gathers the sign, again checking her wristband. Here's the 3-0. That one is going to miss high, and no, it's called a strike. Ouch, I think Cernowski certainly thought that one was high, came in at about just below the letters. But regardless, the count moves now to 3-1. Here's the pitch from Williams. That one does find the zone, no question about it. Williams battles back from down in the count 3-0 to run it full to Ashlyn Cernowski. Here's the full count pitch. It is swung on and missed. Down goes Ashlyn Cernowski for the first out here in the third. It is 6 strikeouts on the game for Williams in the third. That's also 4 in a row for her, as Alana Benson steps in now. Benson has moved up and down the lineup a bit this season, finds herself hitting 8 today. Takes a cut at the first pitch and just swings underneath it. 0-1 the count to Benson. She is only a freshman and started the league games this season. Was unsure about the non-league contests, as she is now down in the count 0-2 after the rise ball from Williams. But this Hornets team is very young. Got a sophomore starting pitcher, a couple of sophomores around the infield, Benson in the outfield. That's good. That's a good sign. As the 0-2 misses high, 1-2. I remember talking with Coach Stock, I think it was after the Mazama game at the end of the season, the game in which the Hornets came back after being down by 6. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Benson goes down on strikes for the second out in the third. And that will bring up Maddie Moore. And the conversation that Coach Stock and I had was one of him being proud of his team's resilience this season. They never count themselves out. And this first time through the lineup, maybe having a little bit of trouble seeing Williams, but she's throwing some heat. The first pitch to Moore is swung on and missed. But this team and these Henley girls have no quit in them at all. It carries past softball into the basketball season. The volleyball as well for Henley. Girls soccer as well. Off-speed pitch is going to miss Timor. A ball and a strike. And that is a good trait to have as a young ball club. Marist has been here before. They're experienced. And yes, these two teams met in the state finals last year. The 1-1 is going to miss high, 2-1. But the Hornets lost quite a few seniors after last year's trip to the state championship game. And the fact that it feels like the team didn't miss too much of a beat is a strong sign for this team. A 3-1 count now to Moore. She is way ahead. She's looking to be the first base runner of the day for the Hornets as well. 2 away in the top of the third. Marist leads 4-0. Here's the pitch to Moore. It is a check swing. Yes, she did. Ooh. That's a close one. But the count runs full. 3-2. Williams trying to find her knockout pitch. And he rolled on the outside corner. The Hornets go down on strikes. That is 8 strikeouts on the day for Williams. In her first time through the lineup. Right now, Marist is up 4-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal on 103 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly. A family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abby's afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abby's after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abby's, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
And we are back on 104.3 and 960 Sports HD video on mybasin.com. Middle of the Spartans order due up in the bottom of the third. Chelsea Rustick, Madeline Hopkins, and Kelly Schroffner as Marist leads Henley in this quarterfinal matchup 4-0 in the bottom of the third. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Campos. That one's in the zone. A ball and a strike now to Chelsea Rustick, who is 1 for 1 this afternoon. Singled home a run back in the first. Campos ready to deliver to Rustick. Here's the pitch. That one is taken inside and maybe a bit low to Rustick. Count moves now to 2-1. So far on the day for Marist, 5 base hits has given them 4 runs. The 2-1 is called strike 2. A good pitch high in the zone from Campos evens the count. She has great command. The 2-2 is going to miss high, 3-2. Through these first 2 innings, Campos has not allowed a walk. We'll see with here on the full count pitch to Chelsea Rustick. Here it is. It's fouled back, right back towards Marist High School in Eugene. It was raining here a little bit earlier this afternoon, and on the drive over, I'm sure the Hornets experienced their fair share of precipitation, but right now here in Eugene, Oregon, about 64 degrees, and shouldn't start raining again for a couple of hours as the full count pitch is fouled back again, 3-2. The field wasn't too wet either, so maybe it was more or less on just the drive over that it was raining pretty good on Highway 58. But dry weather so far in 64 as the full count pitch is hit on a line into left field. A single for Chelsea Rustick starts off the third for the Spartans. She's now 2 for 2 today. And that will bring up Madeline Hopkins. Hopkins so far this game 0 for 1. She was a ground out victim in the first. That's here with nobody out and a runner on first. It's Rustic. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A good hard fastball there by Campos. Gets ahead in the count 0-1. After Hopkins, it's Schroffner in the Marist order. She waits on deck. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed. Campos pulling the string a little bit on that one. Now 0-2, the count to Hopkins. The catcher for Marist steps back in. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and missed, and Campos gets Hopkins to chase out of the zone. A good pitch there to set her down for the first out here in the third. For Campos today, that is her third strikeout. That brings up Kelly Schroffner, who is 0 for 1 today. She reached on an error in the first inning and knocked in a run in doing so. Here's the pitch from Campos. That's in the dirt and skips by Fitzpatrick, taking off for second. She's going to get in there safely as Rustic. So eliminating the double play possibility as she moves up to second, still with nobody out. That was a pitch that missed low, so Schroffner ahead in the count against Campos. 1-0. Corners playing a little bit in for Henley. Here's the pitch. It is going to be taken high up above the hands of Schroffner. 2-0. The count to the Marist second baseman. Schroffner, just a sophomore. Takes a cut at that pitch, hits one that floats into center field and gets down for a base hit. Schroffner hit that one off the end of the bat, it looked like, and just fell right between everyone. Base hit. Rustic stays at second. Brings up Tessa Woodrum. Woodrum is 0 for 1. She struck out in her first at-bat. Already one away in the inning. And Marist leads Henley 4-0 in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. It is right down Main Street against Woodrum. Campos heading the count now 0-1. On deck is Aaliyah Martinez. Here's the 0-1 from Campos. It is looked at for strike two. Woodrum was out in her front foot on that one and decided to take the pitch that was on the outside part of the plate. Campos ahead in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch to Woodrum, fouled back and out of play. Bouncing along the greenhouse that is behind the softball complex. Looks like maybe Marist has a community garden of sorts. And I think that's pretty cool. I believe have the same kind of thing back at Henley. Here's the 0-2. Taken for strike three, called against Woodrum. She is gone down on strikes for the second time today and the second out this inning. And that will bring up Aaliyah Martinez with two away. Runners at first and second. Standing at second, it is Rustic. At first, it is Schroffner. And Marist, I'm not quite sure whose daughter that is, but the Batgirl comes out and has to do her job. She might be, she's got pink Crocs on. That's a great look. All right, Aaliyah Martinez steps in now. She's 0 for 1 today. She grounded out back in the second inning. Here's the pitch from Campos. That one's going to miss high and get to the backstop. Everyone's going to move up a base. To third goes Rustic. Position now for the first baseman for Marist. Still two away in the bottom of the third. Her team up 4-0. But Campos, a situation where she can focus all of her energy at the plate with two away. Here's the pitch to Martinez. It is down the count now moves to 1-1. Bottom third of this Marist lineup went down quietly their first time through. Campos looking for a similar outcome here. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back. Count moves to 1-2. And right back at that kind of community garden back there. Campos re-enters the circle, toes the rubber. Heading the count 1-2 to Martinez. Here's the pitch. It's looked at for strike 3. Campos gets out of the inning. No runs on 2 base hits for Marist. They still lead 4-0 as we go to the top of the 4th on 104.3 and 960 Sports. This is the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union A softball quarterfinal.
What rhymes with
participate?
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Getting ready for the top of the 4th inning. And the score 4-0. Marist leads through 3 innings. Henley no runs on no hits, 1 error, and no runners left for Marist so far today. 4 runs on 7 hits. No errors. They've left 4 runners on. Ground ball foul by Malia Mick, who's 0 for 1 today. She struck out in the first. Malia Williams with one of the probably best 3 innings I've seen tossed by a high school pitcher. Of the first 9 batters that Williams has faced, she struck out 8 of them. The 0-1 is taken for a strike outside corner to the left-handed hitting Mick. Malia Williams in the driver's seat in the circle. See what she comes with here on the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Taken outside. 1-2. Outs in 9 batters faced for Williams. Definitely not the start to the game the Hornets were after, but still plenty of ball game to go. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and down goes Mick on the strikeout for the 2nd time today. 1 out in the 4th for Lily Fitzpatrick. She was a strikeout casualty the first time through. The right-handed batting catcher for Henley steps in. Here's the pitch from Williams. A ball taken low and away. 1-0. Coach Stock talked about how deadly Williams can be. And he knows that his team has been talking about it since they knew they were going to play Marist Wednesday night. Marist shut out Baker 10-0 to get here to the quarterfinals, as the 1-0 pitch missed outside, making it 2-0 to Fitzpatrick. And Henley shut out Sweet Home as well, 15-0. That game only taken 5 innings to complete back home. Here's the 2-0, taken for a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Fitzpatrick. And she can definitely give a ball a ride as the outfield for Marist back a few steps. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Count is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fitzpatrick timed that one well, just a bit under it. Chokes up. Takes a defensive stance for the 2-2. Here it is. Swung on and missed, and Williams back-to-back strikeouts here in the 4th. And that will bring up Annie Campos, the only Hornet today who has not struck out. She, in fact, grounded out in the first. 2 away in the top of the fourth, and Marist leads 4-0. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. 0-1 the count to Campos. She is the starting pitcher today for Henley. The sophomore, again, has started every single league contest and playoff game for Henley so far this year. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back. 0-2 the count to Campos. Williams looking to add Campos to the list of Hornets who've struck out today. Here's the 0-2, taken high. Good eye there by Annie. A ball and 2 strikes, the count to Campos. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, and Campos goes down on strikes. 3, 6, 9, 11 Ks so far for Williams through 4 innings. Her team is up 4-0 as we head to the bottom half of the fourth in this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball final on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
And we welcome you back to Marist High School, the site of today's OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Marist up 4-0. Leading off for the Spartans in the bottom of the fourth is Rachel McConaughey. Here's the pitch. Campos with the off-speed pitch, getting ahead of McConaughey there, 0-1. It is 9-1-2. In the Marist order due up this half inning. After McConaughey, it's Williams and then Mahoney. Here's the 0-1. Looked at for a ball inside corner. Only place it could have missed to McConaughey, who's 0 for 1 today. She was a strikeout victim in the second. Here's the pitch. Taken high. Count runs now to 3-1 to McConaughey. Campos has still yet to walk a batter as she delivers the 3-1. That one is sliced foul. Look out. Count runs full. 3-2. Pardon me. 2-2. And so Campos in better shape than I thought against McConaughey. The lineup. See what she does here on the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. I think 6 paces is what I counted from home plate to the backstop. There's that dirt runs out. Here's the 3-2 pitch to McConaughey. Taken low, and that will be the first walk of the day issued by Campos. Runner on first, and nobody out. That will prompt a visit from Coach Stock in his second season for the Lady Hornets. This is a great time to remind you that this game is brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. 3 locations back in the Basin, 2 in Klamath Falls on South 6th Street and Washburn Way. They've also got 1 on your way out to Merrill. Les Schwab Tires has been doing the right thing since 1952. Well, Campos today has gone through the lineup 2 times. So it's back to the top of the order now for Malia Williams. And in 18 batters faced, Campos has given up 7 hits. She's walked 1. Of these 4 runs scored against the Hornets, 3. We are ready to play. Campos delivers to Williams. Here's the pitch. 0-1. Williams today is 2 for 2. Singled, came around to score in the second. And when she reached on a base hit in the second, she also came around to score. Here's the 0-1. Showing bunt, lays one down third base. Up with it is Hudson. She throws to second, and no! The throw in there safely is McConaughey. And Williams reaches on the fielder's choice. That brings up Mila Mahoney. Mahoney today is 1 for 2. Flew out in her first at-bat, but had an RBI double in the second inning. Now bats with a runner in scoring position again. McConaughey at second. The first pitch is taken for a strike, and a ball in the gap could score the speedy Williams. Campos trying to rein this inning back in. Started out with a walk and then the fielder's choice. Corners in for the Hornets. Could be expecting bunt. The middle infield ready to break either way, whether it be for a double play or towards first and third base. Here's the pitch. Taken high. Count is even now at 1 for Mahoney. The third baseman from Marist awaits the 1-1 from Annie Campos. Here's the pitch. It is a bouncing ball to third. Over to field it is Hudson, but it is foul. Might have worked out better, as that would have been a tough throw for Hudson to make. And instead it'll now be a 1-2 count to Mahoney, although it does give her a second chance at life here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Marist already up 4-0 in this quarterfinal matchup. And Campos trying to work herself out of a jam with 2 runners on and nobody out. Here's the 1-2. It is lifted into left field. Going over is the left fielder Benson, and she runs out of room by the batting cages. It is out of play. So we'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes, as I believe a bit of sunshine is creeping through the clouds here in Eugene. The rain clouds over the horizon, but they're not here yet. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back. Count remains. Ball and 2 strikes. It feels like we've got this very nice little pocket here at Marist High School. There's rain clouds all around us, but you look directly above us. There's some blue skies, a little bit of clouds, but they don't look dark. It's a nice day for softball. Here's the 1-2 to Mila Mahoney. Taken, bounces off the glove of Fitzpatrick and skips to the backstop. Everyone's going to move up. That sends McConaughey to third, Williams to second, and a 2-2 count to Mila Mahoney. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It is a ground ball back up the middle. Northcutt up with it. She goes home with it, and now they've got 2 runners stuck in a rundown. Going back to second, now they've got Williams caught. They got to go back and forth. The throw home is wide to try to get McConaughey. She's going to score, and Williams is going to score. And wreaking havoc on the base paths are the Spartans of Marist. They lead now 6-0, and a runner at second with nobody out in the inning. Smart play, I think, by Northcutt to try to go home on that one with the infield in. But when you get caught in a rundown, and that's the thing, Marist trying to just make things happen. And when you make things happen, it's going to bounce your way sooner or later. And it brings up Paige Dorr. Her team up 6-0 in this quarterfinal matchup. That one is popped up and out of play. Count is 0-1. Still nobody out in the inning. It is taken to the backstop. Advancing to third is Mahoney. And now Dorr bats with a runner at third. And still nobody out in the inning. As the Hornets infield comes in to try to cut down that runner. Here is the 1-1 to Dorr. It is taken low and in. I think Campos wanted that one, a ball and a strike. Pardon me, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back. Count runs even now at 2-2. On deck is Chelsea Rustick. And that will start the middle of the order for Marist. The left-hander steps back into the box as the home plate umpire has to get softballs from somewhere. As time is called, remind you that there is a shortage of officials in Oregon, and we need you now more than ever. It doesn't quite matter what sport you want to get, anything else. Visit osaa.org to become an athletic official. The 2-2 misses high, runs the count full now, 3-2. Again, Rustick on deck. Campos gets the sign from Fitzpatrick and delivers. That one is hit in the air to right field. Going back is Moore. She will watch that one sail goodbye. A 2-run home run for Paige Dewar puts the Spartans up 8-0. Three RBIs on the day for Paige Dewar, and that will bring up Chelsea Rustick. And Chelsea Rustick, as the Hornets now trail 8-0 in this quarterfinal matchup. And still nobody out in the fourth, although in a way, this sort of resets the inning for Campos. You don't have to worry about base runners anymore. You can just go right after the batter. Rustick is 2 for 2 today with an RBI in the first. Here's the pitch from Campos. It's going to miss high, maybe a bit inside as well. 1-0. Marist today, to go along with their 8 runs, has 8 hits. And pardon me, miscounted there. The score 9-0, Marist. My apologies. A 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. It's going to miss in the dirt to Rustick. Count runs to 3-0. And yes, score correct. 9-0 now. Marist in the lead in the fourth. Campos ready to deliver the 3-0 pitch to Chelsea Rustick. That one will miss low. A 4-pitch walk to the cleanup hitter. That brings up Madeline Hopkins. Hopkins today 0 for 2. She has grounded out and struck out to this point in the ball game. Campos looking to find a first out in this inning. There's only been 1 hit, but 4 runs have come across to score. As first pitch to Hopkins is in there for a strike. This inning started out with a walk to McConaughey, a couple of fielder's choices, and then the 2-run home run from Paige Dewar. Has scored 4 this inning for Marist. Here's the 0-1. It is looked at outside. Count moves now to a ball and a strike here in the bottom of the fourth. After Hopkins, it's Schroffner on deck. Here's the 1-1. That one is popped foul and out of play. Fitzpatrick, that's a tough play for the catcher to make. Just kind of lost it with the spin. So it's a ball and 2 strikes now. It's those ones where you think the ball's spinning one way, and as it comes back down, man, those definitely can get away from you. So Fitzpatrick is going to deliver the sign to Annie Campos, who is ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes to Hopkins. Here's the pitch. It is popped up, playable in right field. Northcutt moves over, but Moore calls everyone off to record the out. 1 away in the 4th. Brings up Kelly Schroffner. Runner remains at first. It is Rustic, and Schroffner stepping in now, the sophomore, daughter of Coach Stefan Schroffner in his 2nd year at Marist. First pitch is going to miss high. 1-0, and quite the lead off of first by Rustic each time, and Fitzpatrick has thought about throwing down a few times. You can see she's popped up and pump faked the throw. Gotta wonder if she's gonna pull the trigger. Here's the 1-0. That one misses in the dirt, and she's not gonna get the chance as Rustic will advance to second on the pass ball. Makes the count 2-0. Schroffner today reached on an error in the first, knocked in a run, singled in the 3rd, so 1 for 2 day for her. That's now the runner at second in the 4th inning of a 9-0 ball game. The 2-0 is an off-speed pitch that finds the zone. 2 balls and a strike now to Schroffner. Campos to deliver the 2-1 pitch. Here it is. A ground ball out to short. Mick up with it, and throw on to first is not in time. Schroffner reaches. Rustic has to stay put at second, and that will bring up Tessa Woodrum. Woodrum today is 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs in this game, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 3rd. Campos has had the best of Woodrum today. We'll see what she comes with here. It's a fastball that misses high. 1-0. Runner at second is Rustic, and first it is Schroffner. The 8th batter this inning. Woodrum awaits the 1-0. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, blocked by Fitzpatrick. 2-0 though, the count to Woodrum. Winner of this contest advanced to the semifinal to play either Astoria or Staten. Here's the 2-0. It's going to find the zone 2-1. Other quarterfinals going on around the state. Well, we've got a final score from one of them. LeGrand beat Ontario today 9-3. Estacada Cascade playing, and Staten and Astoria just got underway a few minutes ago. They started at 5 o'clock. So the count runs now to 3-1 to Tessa Woodrum. Here's the pitch. That is taken for a strike. Count runs full. Woodrum might not have agreed with that strike call, although count runs full. Campos has battled back into the at-bat. See what she comes with here on the payoff pitch. It is swung on and missed. Campos sets down Woodrum for the 3rd time today on strikes. Second out here in the inning brings up Aaliyah Martinez. That is a big, big strikeout to get here in the 4th inning. With the runner at second, Rustic, if she scores, that would enforce a mercy rule in the top of the 5th, and Henley would need to score to continue the ball game. And that one is a pitch low to Martinez, skips away from Fitzpatrick, and everyone moves up a station To third is Rustic. To second is Schroepner. And Martinez ahead in the count, 1-0. And Henley's back's certainly up against the wall. But if you can keep that run from scoring this inning, boy, oh boy, that would go a long way. Here is the 1-0 to Martinez, taken away. 2-0. Martinez today is 0 for 2, a ground out in the second and a strikeout in the third. She is the 9th batter this inning for the Spartans. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Martinez. Taken inside. Campos falls behind in the count, 3-0 to the first baseman for Marist. On deck, Rachel McConaughey, who got this whole thing started with a walk to lead off the inning. Here is the 3-0. Taken for a strike. Campos battling back. Staying alive in this at-bat. At third base, Rustic. At second base, Schroepner. 9-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Marist leads in this quarterfinal matchup. Here is the 3-1 from Annie Campos. Taken for a strike. Annie battling back from down in the count, 3-0, to now run the count full at 3-2. First base is open, and Rachel McConaughey on deck. Campos ready to deliver the full count pitch. Gathers the sign from Fitzpatrick and delivers. Here it is. It is a ground ball that will end up foul down the first base line. High school between Aaliyah Martinez and Annie Campos, a pressure-packed at bat. Although Marist leads 9-0, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. A big pitch coming up for Annie Campos. Here it is. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. Campos leaves 2 stranded this inning. But Marist does score 4, 2 of them on a 2-run blast from Paige Doer. Right now, Marist leads now to the top of the 5th on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video on mybasin.com.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Getting ready for the top of the 5th inning, middle of the Hornets order. Anna Harper, Natalie Hudson, and Caroline Mick as the Hornets desperately searching for some offense here in the 5th inning. They find themselves down 9-0 here in the top half of the 5th. And Malia Williams is absolutely dealing this afternoon for Marist. Swung on and missed by Harper. Count is now even at 1. In that last inning for Marist, they scored 5 runs on just 2 hits. They left 2 stranded as well. Find themselves up 9-0. The 1-1 is swung on and missed by Harper. Count moves now to 1-2. Anna is 0 for 1 today. She struck out in the second. Here's the pitch from Williams. It is taken for strike 3 called. One away in the inning. Okay, thank you. All right. Blue just informed me that it is 8-0. I thought that I counted wrong, and it's this whole thing. Anyway, score 8-0. Thank you. And Natalie Hudson steps in now. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and missed, 0-1. And so I'll revise what I said a minute ago in the fact that Marist did score 4 in that last inning, not 5. And the score is 8-0. So my apologies there. Natalie Hudson down in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed, 0-2. Hudson's 0 for 1 today. Ready for the 0-2. That one is popped in the infield. Over is the second baseman, Schroffner, and makes the catch, almost colliding with the center fielder door, but the catch is made for the second out in the inning. And that will bring up Caroline Mick. And just to recap, for Marist in this game, it was a 3-run first inning. They scored 1 in the second, none in the third. They added 4 more in the fourth. Caroline Mick takes strike 1. Ashlyn Cernowski waits on deck. Swung on and missed, and moves to 0-2 now. Mick struck out in the second. Score 8-0 Marist in the top of the fifth in the quarterfinals. Here is the pitch to Mick. It is looked at for strike 3. 1-2-3 go the Hornets here in the fifth. Williams has faced the minimum through 5. We go now to the bottom of the fifth with Marist up 8-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal on 3 and 960 Sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
We welcome you back to 104.3 and 960 Sports. We've got HD video on mybasin.com. It is 8-0 right now in the Henley Hornets trailing Marist here in the bottom of the fifth inning. For Marist, it is Rachel McConaughey in a 3-1 count. McConaughey has walked and struck out so far. That one is going to be low, so she has now walked twice in this game. She walked in the fourth, which began a 4-run fourth inning for Marist. It's back to the top of the order now for the Spartans. It is Malia Williams. Williams, it's a line drive to short, snagged by Mick, throwback first, and they got McConaughey, a double play. That is a big one for the Hornets here in the fifth. Brings up Mila Mahoney. 2 away in the bottom of the fifth. Campos still in the circle for the Hornets. Here's the pitch to Mahoney. That one comes in and ends up behind Mahoney. And so Mahoney today is 1 for 3. Fly out in the first. She doubled home a run in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. Came around to score on the 2-run homer by Paige Dorr. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mahoney. Is taken high. 2-0 the count with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. An 8-0 ball game. Marist leads in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a softball quarterfinal. Here's the 2-0. Taken for a strike. Campos battling back into this at-bat. 2-1. Nobody on. Here's the 2-1. It is hit in the air to left field. Back a few steps is Benson and makes the catch by the wall. That will end the inning. Tip of the cap to Alana Benson in left. And the Spartans go 1-2-3 in the fifth. They still lead the Hornets 8-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a softball quarterfinal on 104.3 960 Sports.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to general, the retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between. We keep your money local into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
The Spartans of Marist Catholic, they have recorded 8 runs on 8 hits. No errors for Marist. And they have left 6 runners on for Henley today. No runs, no hits, 1 error, no runners left. It is Ashlyn Cernowski to get things started in the top of the 6th for Henley. Cernowski 0 for 1 today. Williams has faced the minimum through 5. Here's the 1-0. Taken for a strike, evens things at 1. For Marist, they scored 3 runs in the first, added 1 more in the second, and plated 4 in the fourth to give them this 8-0 lead. Here's the pitch. The 1-1 finds the zone, 1-2. Also for Williams today, through 15 batters faced, not including Cernowski here. Through 15 batters faced, Williams has recorded 13 Ks. Here's the 1-2. Misses. 2-2. Alana Benson and then Maddie Moore on deck this inning for Henley. The Hornets looking to get something, anything on the board here in the 6th. The pitch comes in tight to Cernowski, has to spin out of the way. The count run 3-2. Malia Williams looks at her wristband, gathers the sign. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Swung on and missed. Down goes Cernowski for the first out here in the 6th. That is 14 strikeouts today for Malia Williams. 14. Brings up Alana Benson. Benson is 0 for 1 today. Her one at bat was a strikeout in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-1. And the rise ball for Williams has worked extremely well this afternoon. The pitch starts at the belt, and the Hornets have been swinging under it all day. Coach Stock made that a point in the pregame. And the Hornets have been unable to adjust to Williams so far. Another swing and a miss makes the count 0-2 to Alana Benson. Williams ready to deliver the 0-2 to Benson. Here it is. Swung on and missed, and Benson goes down on strikes as well. That is now 15 Ks for Williams in this game. Maddie Moore 0 for 1 today. She has struck out in her one at bat. Right-handed Moore awaits the first pitch. Holds up in time. Thought about swinging at a pitch high and out of the zone, but doesn't go around. The patience there pays off. 1-0. Here's a pitch to Moore. That one comes a bit inside. Squeeze Moore, but she takes a cut at it and missed. Evens the count at 1. Malia Williams toes the rubber, doesn't waste any time. Here's the 1-1. Missed high, up by the eyes of Maddie Moore. Count moves now to 2-1. A rematch of the 2021 state title game between the Hornets and the Spartans, a game in which Marist won 6-2. But today, Marist has been in control since the very first pitch. The 2-1 is lifted into shallow right field. Coming in is Randall to make the catch, and that will retire the side. The Hornets go down 1-2-3 again here in the 6th, and they trail 8-0 against Marist as we head to the bottom of the 6th on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. No place that feels as good as home, and then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And we're back into the bottom of the 6th inning on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video on mybasin.com. The OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinal sees the Marist Spartans leading the Henley Hornets 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th. It is Paige Dorr, Chelsea Rustick, and Madeline Hopkins due up for the Spartans this half inning. Dribbled out in front of the mound. Campos underhands it over to Harper for the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning. One away for Chelsea Rustick. Wind's starting to pick up just a little bit here in Eugene. Looks like it's blowing just a little bit out to left field. Or, pardon me, in from left field a little bit. As Rustic steps in, she is 2 for 2 today. She finds herself down on the count 0 for 1. Rustic in the first inning singled home a run, reached first base again in the third with a single, and she walked in the big fourth inning that Marist had. Here's the 0-1, checks her swing and holds up in time. A ball and a strike. They count to Chelsea Rustic. By the way, this softball matchup, part of the quarterfinals, but one more Basin team participating in the baseball quarterfinals as the 1-1 finds the zone, a ball and 2 strikes. Just worth checking in on what the Mazama Vikings baseball team has been doing today. Top of the fourth inning, and Mazama leads North Marion 2-1. The Vikings looking to book their trip to the semifinal in the baseball state tournament as the 1-2 misses low. Of course, the Hornets baseball team was eliminated on Wednesday at the hands of the Philomath Warriors, 12-4. And now the Hornets softball team is on the verge of the same fate here in the quarterfinal. They trail 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Here is the 2-2 to Rustic. It is fouled back. Count remains at 2. 1 away in the inning. Hornets seem to have been remaining loose. They're not tightening up. They're having fun. It is the quarterfinals after all, and the Hornets know what they're capable of. I think back to that 8-run 6th inning they had against Mazama to end the year, a game in which they won 14-13 to clinch the conference. That was not too long ago. Recent memory. This team has it in them. If they can try to get to Malia Williams on the other side of the ball. Full count pitch to Chelsea Rustic coming up from Annie Campos. Here it is. Swung on and missed, but Fitzpatrick dropped it. Now it's a scramble to first, and Harper makes the catch on the throw from Fitzpatrick. Second out in the inning. And that will bring up Madeline Hopkins. Hopkins today is 0 for 3. She has flown out, struck out, and grounded out in this contest. Campos trying to keep this deficit right where it's at. Right now her team trailing 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good start there for Campos. 0-1, and if you're looking ahead to the top of the 7th, it will be the top of the Hornets order in Malia Mick, Lily Fitzpatrick, and Annie Campos. Here is the 0-1. Popped foul. Count moves to 0-2. Campos way ahead of Hopkins here, trying to find that put-away pitch. See what she comes with here on the 0-2. Campos toes the rubber, gathers the sign from Lily Fitzpatrick behind the dish. Here is the pitch. It is lifted into center field. Mick over, and she will make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Spartans. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, I won't mention it, but you can see it in the H column for Henley. As they go to the top of the 7th inning, it'll be the top of the order as they try to come back into this game. They trail 8-0 in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union A quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
And welcome you back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A State Quarterfinal on 104.3 and 960 Sports. For the Hornets this inning, it's Malia Mick, Lily Fitzpatrick, and Annie Campos. The Spartans of Marist are 3 outs away from advancing to the semifinal. And Malia Williams trying to orchestrate the final outs of a fantastic pitching performance. 0-1 the count to Mick. She is 0 for 2 today, has struck out twice. 15 strikeouts today for Malia Williams through 18 batters faced. That one is popped foul. Going back is the third baseman Mahoney, but lets that one drop. The count moves now to 0-2. The left-handed Mick steps back in. Williams toes the rubber. Here is the 0-2. Swung on and missed. And another strikeout for Malia Williams. That is strikeout number 16 for her on the game. Now just 2 outs away from sending her Spartans to the semifinal. Hornets still searching for their first base runner of the ball game. 2 outs away from the season being over. Here's the 0-1. It will come in and hit Fitzpatrick. She is aboard. And so that eliminates the possibility of a perfect game for Malia Williams, as Fitzpatrick comes out. Running for her is going to be Susie Nichols at first. 1 away and a runner on first. Annie Campos steps in. Could this be the beginning of a rally for the Henley Hornets? We've seen them do it before. They trail right now 8-0 in the top of the 7th, down to their final 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Campos. It will be low and away, 1-0. Susie Nichols trying to create havoc on the base paths. She got a great secondary lead. I'm curious if Coach Stock has anything going here, but got to be careful. Your only base runner of the game coming here in the 7th. And Williams, even though she's lost the perfect game, still trying to finish off the win at the very least. Here is the 1-0 to Campos. It is taken high. Count moves to 2-0 now. Annie today is 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout to this point in the game. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Count moves to 2-1. The sophomore Campos has been the starting pitcher today as well for Henley. Here's the 2-1 from Williams. Misses high, bounces off the glove of Hopkins. Nichols is going to advance to second. Hornets dugout starting to feel alive again. The count 3-1 to Annie Campos. Here's the pitch to Annie. It is swung on and missed. It looks like Williams pulled the string a little bit there. Count runs full. 3-2 to Annie. Runner on second is Susie in the inning. Marist looking to book their ticket to the semifinal. Here's the full count pitch to Campos. It is lifted in the air to right field. Randall under it. She makes the catch. Nichols staying put at second. 2 away. Hornets down to their final out of the season. And it rests on the shoulders. Harper so far today is 0-2 with a pair of strikeouts. Malia Williams looking to leave her name in the record books. 1 out away. Here's the pitch from Harper, to Harper. It is 0-1. A count to the Henley first baseman. Taken, 0-2. The Hornets down to their final strike of the season. It rests on Anna Harper. She steps back in, plants her feet, looks ahead to Williams. The 0-2. The 0-2 was taken for a ball. 1-2. Here it is, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. And a no-hitter thrown in the quarterfinals by Malia Williams. And the Marist Spartans are headed to the semifinal at heartbreak for the Henley Hornets as their season ends in the quarterfinals. We'll recap it all as we continue our coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A softball quarterfinals on 104.3 and 960 Sports. You've been watching this courtesy of the fine folks at John Bowers Construction, Les Schwab Tires, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union, and many others. We will be right back on mybasin.com.
On Top Tree Service, one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $100. There, it's Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 180. Contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them, and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined